One of my favorite things about traveling is, of course, the food. But in particular, the street food in Mumbai is, to me, the quintessential Indian experience. The 3 dishes I'm going to share with you today barely scratch the surface, but I promise you they'll offer a sneak peek into one of the world's most incredible cities, right from the comfort of your own home. Bel Puri is the street-side snack of Mumbai. This savory chaat is filled with puffed rice and crisp vegetables. You'll never, ever eat chips and dip again. My recipe for a really buttery roll is a breakfast favorite inspired by the railway stations of Mumbai. These Indian-style mashed potatoes are every single thing that's right while eating curbside. Kebabs can be found pretty much everywhere, but Mumbai has the luxury of having some pretty incredible seafood. My Chili Shrimp Kebabs are tangy, bright, and oh so spicy. Get ready for a flavor bomb as I take you on a culinary tour through the well-walked streets of Mumbai. The quintessential Indian street side dish, in my opinion, is found mostly in the streets of Mumbai, all along Chowpatty Beach. You see the ocean on your left and herds of Bel Puri stalls. So let's actually make Bel Puri, one of my favorite things. So let's do some veg prep, let's get the boring stuff out of the way, and then on to some nice eating. And we're gonna finely dice this. So cut the ends off, give it a quick peel. Get rid of this. Let's just go for the full thing. And if you've never done an onion like this before for finely diced, if you do a whole bunch of like horizontal lines and still kind of leave the back end intact, then you can do some horizontal lines like this. And now when you dice down, you get these beautiful cubes. And they're perfect, like bite-sized one. So we'll do this one really quick. Onto the tomato. Stack them up. Now we're going to take all of this, dump it into a nice big bowl. I've already previously peeled, cubed, some potatoes in boiling salted water. And I'm just going to add in these, and these add some really nice textural element and some creaminess. Now let's move on to what makes Bel Puri Bel Puri. So this is puffed rice, and it's much different than the rice cereal you would normally buy in the grocery section. So all of this is going to go in. It's about 3 cups. Next we have these like chickpea noodles. So let's add all of these in. It's about 1 cup. Next we're going to add a really important crunchy element is peanuts. I love them and they really complement this dish really well. So let's put those in. It's about 1/2 cup. Now this is kind of a seasoning blend from a class of Indian dishes called chaats. And it's a mixture of lots of different things. So we're gonna put in, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons. Now to bring this entire dish together and to actually make it Bel Puri, let's add 2 different chutneys. One of them is a date tamarind chutney, basically an Indian equivalent of sweet and sour sauce. and you can buy that at your everyday grocery store. I'm not even gonna bother showing you how to make it, but the other one is a really, really simple green chutney. So let's do that. Add 3 to 4 cloves of garlic into a food processor. Add 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of chaat masala, some salt to taste, 1 tablespoon of honey, the juice of half a lemon, half a lime, add half a bunch of cilantro and half a bunch of mint. Puree until your desired consistency. I like mine with a bit of texture. My green chutney has countless uses. Try it and you'll definitely agree. So how easy was that green chutney? So let's take about a generous cup and let's mix it into this whole bowl. Get that in. Next we have our date tamarind. This is just a store-bought one, use your favorite brand. And you can already see that this is coming together, the smells are coming up. Oh, I'm feeling this right now, it's taking me right back. So let's hurry up and get the next ingredient in, and then we can eat. So this is a pomegranate. So I'm gonna cut it in half. Done. So you can see it's quite beautiful inside, and there's all these little seeds inside here, and they all taste amazing. But getting rid of all this pith is obviously really difficult. So you can run it under cold water, you can do all that stuff, but it takes forever. So the easiest way that I find is to take the back of a metal spoon, put your hands open like this, and just give it a few whacks. And you can see that all these pomegranate seeds are coming out. And now, all we gotta do is mix it up. So I got a big spoon here. You wanna pull right from the bottom, all your stuff, turning the bowl as you go along. And now let's just dish this up. So I'm just gonna serve it up into these things, which are going to be really beautiful. So let's take some spoonfuls, and you will see quickly your family will devour this. Get rid of this. So I'm gonna serve these with papadis, which are little crackers, and this is how you would get it in India. And what you do is you lift them like this. Another one of my absolute favorite Mumbai street food dishes. You find them at every single railway station just before you're about to board the train. A nice cup of masala chai, 1, 2, 7, 11. The best breakfast item ever. Today we're gonna serve them as an appetizer. So let's get our pans going. So let's put a couple of good glugs of mustard oil in. So these are made from mustard seeds, pressed just like olive oil. And these are yellow mustard seeds. Really yummy. And you want to start when the oil is a bit cold, and you want to add about a teaspoonish or so. So once these are popped, what we're going to do is we're going to add in 3 more ingredients: garlic, ginger, and some fresh green chili. So this is ginger, and I'm kept it in the freezer, and it makes it significantly easier to grate. So there we got that. We got 3 cloves of garlic. Let's take these out of their paper. Just push your weight down on them, and let's get them out of their papery husk. Smush down again. So while I'm doing this, let's keep an eye on our mustard seeds. Let's give them a nice little shake. So these will take a couple of minutes. So I'm just gonna slice this garlic while we're waiting. So we got that. So let's get all of our ingredients off to one side. Let's get this chili. This one's pretty large. So let's do half. I'm gonna keep the seeds in, of course. I'm just gonna finely slice this, get this off to the side. So now you can see that the mustard seeds are starting to get cracking. Let's give them a nice little shake. Beautiful. Now let's get our curry leaves all in, toss them in. You're gonna see those will start popping. They're starting to release the flavor. The room is smelling amazing. So let's get this garlic, fresh chili, right inside this hot pan. Give it a go. Give it a nice stir. Let's turn this heat down a little bit. And you're just waiting for the garlic to get a bit fragrant. And let's work a little bit quickly now. So let's grate some ginger inside. So let's grate some of this in. And see how nice it is when it's frozen? It's grating so nicely. There we go. Give this a nice mix up. Now let's season this with some salt and let's get our potatoes in. So these are just regular russet old potatoes, boiled and peeled. And we're gonna toss them into our pan and we're just going to lightly mash them. And let's give it a whirl. And by adding it to some of this hot fat, these potatoes will slowly start to absorb all these delicious flavors that we've already started adding to the pan. This is turmeric, another root vegetable very similar to ginger. We're gonna sprinkle some of that in. Nice. Put that back down. Let's keep mashing this up. So that's pretty good. Clear up our thing. And now this is when you want the potatoes to start to get kind of crispy and soft and kind of a best between like a roast potato and a mashed potato. Oh man, you can really start to smell like the mustard seeds, that beautiful garlic, that ginger. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt because root vegetables love seasoning and salt in particular. So let's add a little bit more of this. Now while we're waiting for this and before we get the peas in, the last ingredient, let's get our buns ready. So what I'm using are these like attached together dinner roll things. Very, very similar to what a pav bun would look like in India. So let's just do one and I'll show you how to assemble it. Let's cut it in half. Nice, beautiful surface area to spread with some butter. I got some butter right back here. So this is just some softened butter and give it a really good slathering. So a good amount of butter on both sides. And let's stick them into our pan and let's get some nice griddle marks on them. So let that go, the butter will melt, it'll soak into the bun. Oh man, this is gonna be delicious. And let's check and see how our potatoes are looking. So you can see that the potatoes are starting to get a little bit brown and they're still mashy. So these are looking pretty good. Let's get some peas in. So I'm gonna put in, it's around half a cup or so, maybe a little bit more of peas. And some of them you wanna like kind of mash up in there. And I'm gonna make mine a little bit different by adding in some beautiful coconut. It has really nice light bits of sweetness. It's gonna be really incredible. Sprinkle some coconut in. Let's mix this up. And let's make this pav. So let's do that. Take this out. Mint, lime, lemon, garlic. Really get a good amount on. Now let's take our pav filling. Steaming, oh yeah. Let it fall off the sides. Don't be bashful. There we go. Let's get the top. Let's also spread that with some chutney. Look at that. Wouldn't this be the best breakfast ever? Let's make the rest of them. Oh, who wants to wake up to coffee in the morning when you can wake up to these? So Renee, what do you like to eat when it's -40 outside?
I like to eat food that is hot
Yeah.
or that will generate heat. inside of me.
Check. So here's the green chili, and we're gonna make chili shrimp kebabs, which is my take on a Mumbai street food dish called chili crab. So they're these whole crabs rubbed with lots of chilies and garlic and ginger and some onion and lots of awesome things, but incredibly difficult to make, especially when it's -40 outside.
Right.
So let's make some chili shrimp skewers.
I love it.
Why don't you start with the marinade,
Okay.
and we'll get going. So I'll walk you through all the ingredients. First of all, let's get some herbs in, because every good dish needs some fresh herbs. So this is some cilantro. Toss it in. Yeah, give it a stir.
What? Toss it in?
Yeah, toss it in. Whole.
Like that?
Just like that.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding you.
What?
Yeah,
You're
go for it.
gonna smash this?
Yeah, we're gonna smash that.
Okay.
And then there's some fresh mint, or stems and everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just washed.
I always wonder when you buy herbs, like, I love them, but they're so fussy, but you can use the stems?
Yeah, use it all. It has flavor,
Oh my
why
God,
waste it?
You've changed my life.
So how much of this chili do you want to add?
I would say half.
Half?
Yeah.
Can you leave the seeds in there?
Yeah, does that make it way hotter?
Yeah, the seeds are like where all the chili heat lives. So like the outside of it will be like pretty mild. So we'll toss these jalapeno in. Now let's add some spices to it. Because
Lovely.
we've got to add in some Indian flavor, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna add some cloves. I think cloves and shrimp taste really well together.
I never would have guessed that.
So they're really good, yes. Mostly used for like apple pies and stuff. We're gonna add some more dried chilies.
Just in case.
Just in
Not hot
case.
enough.
We're gonna add some turmeric, not only for color, but for a little bit of flavor as well. We're gonna add some ground coriander seeds, which is the seed of cilantro.
Like the baby and the mama are in there
you go.
together.
And then we're gonna add some cumin seeds for some nice smokiness.
Okay.
Cool. Now, do you wanna get this garlic in?
Yeah.
Just take it out of the papers.
Okay.
Grate some ginger in. A little bit of lemon zest,
Okay.
a little bit of lime zest, and then chop them in half and only put the juice of half of each.
Whoa.
Totally
All right.
doable?
Yes.
Okay, and then once you're done all that and giving it a good bash, we'll add some of the oils in and I'll chop up all these veg that we're gonna make our skewers with.
Okay, awesome.
Sound good? Cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks
Is
amazing.
that enough, do
Yeah,
you think?
that looks great.
Okay.
That looks really, really good. So let's cut these in half.
Okay.
There we go. Now actually, before we do that, before we juice these into here, let's add a good bit of salt.
Okay.
Now act as a bit of an abrasive to get you going. So 3-4 good pinches. Like vegetables love salt, shrimp loves salt, I love salt. And give it a really good bash. Let's get your aggressions out.
Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, yes, I
How
see.
you feeling it?
It's like bouncing back a little bit.
That's okay.
It's fighting back.
It's not fighting.
Oh no.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh yeah. See, look how nice it's really coming together. now.
It's beautiful. It smells so good, Aman. This is, I've never smelled something so nice.
So now you see that you've already started to kind of get it going. So now let's add some oil.
Okay.
So I've got some canola oil here, just some unflavored oil. You could use olive oil if you wanted though.
Could you use grapeseed oil?
Yeah, exactly, like another neutral oil very similar to that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil.
Oh, delicious.
So delicious, right? And it's mostly for some nuttiness.
Is this okay? This thing here?
This is looking
Yeah?
excellent.
Okay.
Now I think it's time to add in some of our citrus.
Okay.
So an easy trick is stick a fork in it and then twist the fork around the citrus. Look how much juice comes out.
That's amazing.
It's genius. Oh.
I feel like I should have learned this coming right out of the gates, you know?
Yeah, it's a good one. Now we're gonna do a really quick marinade. 10, maybe 15 minutes in the fridge. If you wanted to marinate this overnight, like if you were in a real hurry the next day and you wanted to be a nice weeknight meal, I would save the citrus until just before you grill them because the citrus will start cooking the seafood.
Oh.
And like chicken or really anything. So not the best unless you want to make it really tender, with these shrimp do not need.
Okay.
So let's give that a nice mix up and let's see where we're at.
Okay.
Now let's take all that beautiful marinade you just did and let's dump it. So here's some nice shrimp. They've already been cleaned and their tails have been removed because it makes it way easier to eat.
And you did that?
Yeah, I just did them previously.
Okay.
You ready to do it?
Yep. Good.
So I'm gonna lift this bad boy.
Oh, you're strong.
Okay, and then you take the spoon
Okay.
and let's clean it all up into here. Oh yeah, look at that.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, good.
Beautiful. Now give that a nice mix up. So there's all your flavors in like one thing, and this marinade would last forever in the fridge, easily 2-3 weeks.
Really?
And you can put it on anything.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so I'm
in
gonna cover
love
this with
with
some
this
plastic
marinade.
wrap, and we'll get into the fridge.
Okay.
And then we'll grill it up. Beautiful. Okay, so here's some wood and bamboo skewers. I soak these in water for about an hour in advance, and that'll make sure that they don't burn.
Whoa.
Pretty cool, hey?
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah, so how about you start skewering these? And while you're doing that, I'm gonna stick this half lime that we have, and I'm gonna stick it on while this pan is going. And the reason for that is at the very end, we're gonna have charred lime to squeeze over the top of our skewers. So these are coming along nicely. So just before we get ready to finish up, why don't you grab a serving platter and our little crunchy garnish for the top.
There you go. So what's in this garnish?
So I crushed up some salted peanuts and just toast them with a little bit of coconut and some black peppercorns. And I thought it would add a really nice like texture and some nice flavor to the top of them. So we'll take this one off. We'll lay it on. Look how beautiful these look. So there we go. There we go.
Great.
Okay, so now let's just cut this heat and let's juice these beautiful charred citruses.
Yummy.
Oh God. There you go, right? Sprinkle on some of this stuff.
Okay.
And now we're rocking.
There we go.
How amazing does this look?
So
Don't you just
good.
want to dive right in?
Yes.
Well, let's have our guests come over and let's serve these up.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much, Renee. Chili shrimp skewers. Mornings in Mumbai are incredibly hectic. You have people wanting to get to the trains, people trying to go on the streets. It's absolutely chaotic. So India is really cool that you have all these railway stations that have snacky type things or breakfast type foods. The reason why maybe Bel Puri is the quintessential Indian dish is because it's so texturally pleasing. We got pomegranate seeds, we have potatoes, we have the same chutneys, all the puffed rice and those sev noodles, just too delicious. The experience of eating a pav is like none other. You get a really buttery roll, you get a nice bright green chutney, and then you get this really creamy mashed potatoes with these like hints of green peas. How can you go wrong? The kebab experience is really cool. You get nice charred shrimp loaded with that chili flavor, but then you also have all those crunchy vegetables. So even though the flavor profiles are the same, the textures are different, and that's really cool. When you think of large cities, you always think about what's going on the streets. And street food, and in particular street food of Mumbai, really does show that street food transcends every socio and economic barrier. And that is what really makes Mumbai street food incredibly magical.